You gotta call it. You can't just do it.
Take one, scene one, and action.
I've changed my mind. I can't comply.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Quick Corner. I am your one half of your co-host, DB.
And I am the other half, Wesley.
Yes. And today we're going to bring you the hot topics that came up this week. So, let's get to it. Star Trek is going to have a new series. This series is going to air on CBS, and the only thing about this is the first episode is going to be on CBS, but the rest of the episodes are going to be on CBS All Access, which is like their paid subscription service for their programs and everything, and it's going to be released up there, pretty much like their Netflix. But some good news, it's going to start filming in Toronto this fall. It's also going to be ran, executive produced by Brian Fuller, who was on Hannibal, and he's also written for Deep Space Nine and Voyager.
Wow.
Yeah. And he's actually also bringing on Nicholas Meyer as consulting producer, who has worked on Wrath of Khan, the Voyager Home, and the Undiscovered Country. So they've got people that know what they're doing for this. So I'm actually kind of excited about that.
I have to say I'm pretty excited too. I mean, Star Trek is a very popular franchise, probably one of the most popular space franchises that there is. So, I mean, yeah, let's see where they can take it. Just as long as it's not a bunch of lens flares. I mean, I can do without lens flares.
Well, this won't have JJ in it, so you won't have to worry about that. But it will, I believe this will actually put it back to its source material, to its roots and everything. So I'm kind of liking that.
Yeah.
Kind of liking that. So.
Any cast news?
No idea on the cast yet, but there was rumors going around that they were trying to do a Worf spinoff from Next Generation.
Okay.
But that was years ago. It's not really sure if they're going to do it now, but it'd be pretty cool to have Captain Worf.
Yeah.
Klingon Captain. It would be cool. So, next topic. Daniel Craig. There's a rumor been going around about Daniel Craig and the James Bond franchise. Some sources are reporting that he is out for the role of James Bond, even turning down $800 million for the role.
Wow.
But other sources, according to Death Birth Movies, he's actually hasn't made a decision yet. And this comes from their sources at the BBC. So my question is, please don't leave yet.
Really?
Yes, I like Daniel Craig. He took some growing on, but he's actually a really good Bond. He's pretty much that old James Bond character that the original creator kind of wanted, other than him, not being the appearance of it.
Age-wise, you said?
Well, age-wise, yeah. Age-wise, yes. But as far as the blonde hair or whatever that.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking this whole rumor started out is because Tom Hiddleston was talking with the person that pretty much runs all of the James Bond movies, and they were thinking that, hey, maybe Tom Hiddleston may be the next James Bond. I like Tom Hiddleston. He's a cool guy, but I just don't see him as James Bond.
Well, that's what everybody said about Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That is true.
But in either case, I mean, a lot of actors don't like to get stuck in one place for too long, and he just may be ready to move on to whatever else is coming for his, career. So, I don't know. I can't knock the man for wanting to do something different.
Yep. Well, regardless of whoever they pick, or if he's going to stay for one or two more movies, I hope that they continue to just make good James Bond movies, because the last ones that they made were pretty good. So Let's keep up with that. No Idris Elba talk.
Oh, come on. I was going to throw it out there.
Nope, no Idris Elba
It
talk.
would have been awesome, though.
Nope, nope.
Wow.
Nope, nope.
Okay.
Between him and Ron Perlman, nope.
You know he could pull it.
Nope. Next topic. There's been some shakeups over at DC Films, along with their comics and everything like that. Their comics is going through a rebirth. Basically, it's going to be not really a reboot, but a reorganization of everything to try to get the people to understand the characters better, kind of simplify it down, but not make it as convoluted as it was. So that's what the comics are doing. As far as the movies, they're actually simplifying it by doing one very important thing: making a head of the films division. So the executives decided they're going to make a DC Films division to pretty much counter, I guess, the Marvel Films division. And they're also setting up Jeff Johns and John Berg as the co-heads of this division. Now, John Berg, he's pretty much an executive over at Warner Brothers. He knows the business side and everything. If you don't know who Jeff Johns is, pretty much he's been like the savior of DC comic book characters. He's taken characters like The Flash, Aquaman most recently, Green Lantern, and just pretty much given them really, really good stories. As far as like the top story writers over at DC, he is debatably one of the best. But yes, debatably one of the best. Some people will say he is the best writer that they have. Other people will say that some things that he kind of could be better on. But regardless of how you think about him, he's going to be he's already heading the DC Comics, but he's also going to be co-head of the films, which he promises that it's going to be hope and optimism. What's so funny about that?
I mean, you hype a guy up, you give him this nice, huge girth of just awesome. He's gonna do it. This guy's he's gonna push the buttons. He's gonna turn the keys. This is going down.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just, hope.
Well,
I put hope in there.
Well, when you think about it, it actually makes sense because, heck, in Man of Steel, they said that's what the symbol on the chest means. It means hope.
Yeah.
And that's what Man of Steel was supposed to be, represent also hope for a DC franchise, like a DC movie franchise.
Well,
pretty much
as a side thing.
But also it kind of means how the films will probably turn out.
All right.
They'll be more hopeful and optimistic. Not as dreary as they have been. Hopefully this, spoilers if you haven't seen BVS, hopefully with, Superman dying and with him probably coming back, more likely he will.
Probably.
Yeah.
He's like a flagship character.
Yeah, with him coming back, it will change the scope of everything. It'll change Batman's views. It has already changed Batman's views on men, like how people are. It's probably going to change Wonder Woman as well, somewhat, and it's gonna make the heroes want to work together. Mm-hmm. If you can't believe that, here's a quote that he said about Superman. I think people make a mistake when they say Superman's not relatable because he's so powerful. He said, I'm like, are you kidding me? He's a farm boy from Kansas who just wants to do the best he can with what he's got. He's the most relatable character in the world. I can kind of agree with that. I mean, he's in Superman's roots, he's just a regular man. He's just trying to be a regular man, trying to do what he's got.
Be a regular man.
Superman?
You can't.
Why not?
You can't have your cake and expect to eat it too. The correlation is not compute.
Yeah, well.
messing with you. Honestly, though, this is a really good move for DC. If they keep it going like this, then they'll probably be trumping over the other guys. I did not want to say trumping.
I don't think trumping, but they'll be good competition.
God,
I think they would be good competition.
Yeah.
Next topic. Speaking of DC, we brought this up a few weeks ago with Michael Keaton being in talks with Marvel to play the primary villain in the next Spider-Man movie. Unfortunately, I guess something happened and he decided to call it off and he didn't want to pursue it. But it's popping back up that he is back in talks with Marvel for the lead villain role. Now,
So he said no, and then he's saying yes.
they're negotiating.
Okay, that's it. So it's more like he was like, "You think it'd be a good idea?" And they're like, "Okay, maybe." And then he's like, "Well, no, maybe." And then there's maybe not. And then it's like, "Okay, well, it's all right." And now he's just like, "Nah."
No, now he's like kind of maybe, but it's probably depending on budget for film actors and everything, because they've just brought on Robert Downey Jr.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have Marissa Tomei. They're gonna have Zendaya, Tom Holland. I haven't heard of any other definite cast confirmations yet, but you know, Robert Downey Jr. Get alone, that's like probably half of the casting budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's gonna want a lot. But you know, Michael Keaton is probably also gonna want a lot based off of his recent movies where they both won Academy Awards.
Right.
So I think this is pretty good. Him playing a villain like the Vulture, or maybe even the new Norman Osborn, will actually be very good.
And that's gonna be, I don't know. When you're talking about Spider-Man, you're gonna have to take yourself away from all the other Spider-Mans if they're gonna, switch up the casting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a mess. It's a minefield, and I don't know. This one might not do as good as the other ones did. They're really gonna have to pull something out of their proverbial hats.
Well, I've got faith in them because they handled them so well. This is gonna be, between Sony and Marvel. So they handled them so well in Civil War. I think that they'll actually be able to do a good job here. They could probably show flashbacks of, well, it's debatable if they want to show flashbacks of Uncle Ben being killed, because them casting Uncle Ben would be pretty cool. And then just showing flashbacks, kind of like they did in BVS. But I'm down for it. Michael Keaton, good actor. I like him. Let's see him do a villain of the avian variety.